To Ukraine, where the president says almost all of the army in the flashpoint town of Debaltseve has withdrawn. Thousands of civilians are still thought to be trapped inside ever since the town was stormed by pro-Russian rebels. The fight for Debaltseve comes despite a new ceasefire that was meant to have gone into effect 3 days ago. Armen Georgian told us more about the importance of that town.
It's been a flashpoint for many weeks. It's been encircled for many weeks. It now looks as though the rebels have entered the town. We're not really sure exactly what's going on in there because, of course, reporters can't get into it. So we can only infer things from what our reporters have seen outside the city. For example, the Ukrainian troops pulling back. We're not sure if that's necessarily a retreat or a troop rotation, but in any case, the indications are that the situation is pretty bad within Debaltseve itself, that it's particularly tough for the Ukrainian army, which has been defending those positions for many weeks, as I said. The significance, I think, is perhaps threefold. Firstly, it's a railway hub, which the separatists are keen to control. Secondly, on this map, you can see the main road, which links Donetsk and Luhansk, and Debaltseve sits right in the middle of that road. What the rebels want to avoid is for that road to be cut into two, because that could eventually lead to a situation where they're basically cut off into two separate enclaves, one in the Luhansk region and one in the Donetsk region. So that's pretty important. And thirdly, I think it has a symbolic value as well, because it's been such a focal point of the fighting, as I said. And I think in a way it's taken on a similar symbolism to Slavyansk last year. In other words, who eventually controlled Slavyansk was seen as key to perceptions of how the war was going. And I think a similar sort of symbolism is developing here around Debaltseve.